Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Pete reacting to my favorite Brazilian guitarists.
I'm excited, we haven't done one of these in a while.
I know.
If any of you guys don't know, Vinnie is Brazilian and I'm American. So this series is where Vinnie shows me some of his favorite hometown heroes, guitarists from Brazil who I've never heard of, and we check them out and see what I think.
That's right. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Alright, it's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
So today I have something pretty special for you.
Alright.
We are reacting to a guy called Nelson Faria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
Nelson Faria in English.
Yep. Yeah.
And Nelson, this is going to be quite different because Nelson is a clean player.
Only clean.
Basically,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's like a jazz player.
Alright.
Jazz/Brazilian popular music. So he's basically a huge session guy, huge session player in Brazil. Played with the main guys, main artists, you know, including a guy called Nico Assunção, who's like a really kind of revolutionary bass player from Brazil.
Yeah. Where's Nelson from?
Nelson's from Belo Horizonte, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was kind of brought up in Brasilia.
Yeah.
But then obviously very soon he was probably in São Paulo with like what the bulk of the industry is. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Then he actually studied at the MI as well, you know. When he was very young, he moved to LA and did like an MI degree.
Yeah.
And that's where he studied with Scott Henderson, Joe Pass, you know, Frank Gambale.
Right.
And Nelson's actually the guy that has that story that he got to the MI and went to have like his first lesson with Joe Pass. And Joe Pass was like, so when you're improvising, do you sing everything that you're playing?
Right.
And he was like, no. So I was like, okay, go home then, learn how to do that because I can't even teach you. You know?
That was the prerequisite for the lesson.
Exactly. So that is, that I always tell this story like to my friends and guitarist friends and everything. That was Nelson, that comes from Nelson.
Yeah.
You know, and he actually then did some kind of rock type stuff a bit later when he kind of joined some like pop singers in Brazil. He always says that he starts with jazz, he didn't want anything to do with distortion or anything like that. And it was only later when like the singers started asking him like, can you put a solo here, can you play a little riff, that he bought his like first overdrive pedal. He was like 20 years into his career. You know,
oh, what's a tube screamer?
Exactly. That's when he started he had to go and listen to people like Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. Because before that, it was just mainly jazz. You know?
Wow.
So he's clean player, and he's like almost like a king of harmony. So in his original work, he has this most beautiful harmony. It's very kind of advanced, moving type of sounds, you know.
Cool. Yeah.
And everyone like that kind of studies with him. That's one of the main reasons why they search for him, you know, because like it's the harmony thing, you know. Even Matheus Assato like will say like, man, Nelson Faria's harmonies are like, you know,
amazing. Cool, I'm excited then.
And on top of that, today's video is extra special because it features Hermeto Pascoal.
Oh, right. Him I'm familiar with.
So obviously you know all about Hermeto, the legend, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about him too much, you know, like everyone knows him. Obviously, if some of you guys don't know, we're in the UK, we're in London, and he's really well respected everywhere in Europe, you know, and like Hermeto,
if you don't know who he is, just check him out. We can't really explain. Just
classic
go and look
videos,
into him.
making music with like in the lagoon.
That was the first one I ever saw.
With the crystals,
shirt off, he like
little flute,
blowing bubbles.
With his beard. You know, playing the Montreux Jazz Festival with his beard.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's like an institution within himself, you know. Anyway, so Nelson has a podcast. He was actually doing this like a long time ago. It's called like a coffee at my place. Yeah. So when he invites people, they come down, they come for a coffee, you know, and they play, they jam.
Yeah,
you know.
that's cool.
It's a short format podcast, like 40 minutes. Very cool. He's had Stanley Jordan on there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He's had like the main guys from Brazil.
He's
had Matheus Assato on there. Everyone, you know, everyone knows him. You know, he's that respected. You know, so and he had Hermeto Pascoal one time. You know, and they were talking about it and everything, talking about music and all that. And then eventually they both go like, "All right, sure, just improvise something." And they just go on, man, and they play this like 12-minute piece. Out of nowhere, it literally comes from air. Like, Nelson starts, and then it's like, yeah, cool. Just starts following, and then they develop into this like very moving piece of improv, and they throw some Brazilian kind of little bits of songs in there as well and everything. And it's pretty long.
Well, like melodic nods to other pieces.
Exactly. Cool. So like little references, and bro, you have to see it now. But like it's like completely improvised. And because Hermeto, that's what he does, right?
Yeah, he's an
Like,
improviser.
I remember I went to see Hermeto Pascoal one time live, and like he was like, "Okay, guys, just give me some energy."
You saw him live?
Yeah, I saw him
Oh,
live in
wow.
Porto Alegre. Yeah.
amazing.
And he was like, "Okay, guys, just give me some energy in the room. Think about stuff, and I'm gonna write a song right here for you now.
Based on your energy.
Yeah,
right?
please film it. I
Yeah,
want you
yeah.
guys to have it and send it to everyone." This is ages ago, before Spotify and everything.
Yeah.
And he just played like this beautiful piano piece, just kind of picking up, the vibe.
Wow.
Very moving.
That's
as well,
very
yeah.
interpretive.
I
It's
know,
like, okay,
yeah.
I'm going to see what I'm feeling from this side of the room. It's like, very
Yeah,
cool.
that's what he's famous for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, time to do it. Are you ready, bro?
I'm ready.
Let's
do it.
go.
Não adianta fugir disso.
That's Nelson's house, basically.
Vocês
doing
têm
that.
Nice place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
E nem ser diferente. É ser amor, é ser amar.
And Hermeto,
é se abraçar e tocar.
He's talking about music
fazer o
here
som.
and what music means and
Como nós
everything.
estamos fazendo aqui.
It's about love, and that's what we're
Aquele
doing.
Yeah.
som que eu comi, não é? Estou até pensando até
So Nelson just kind of feels like playing. He starts
Yeah.
playing, a little bit.
Pode falar à vontade, é porque tá me dando vontade de tocar.
Você está acreditando no que eu estou dizendo, mas
Tô acreditando.
ainda, tá vendo? Ela acreditou em mim. Agora é contigo.
Okay.
Eu não sei, eu tô inventando aqui.
Mas inventa.
No, they're saying like, okay, let's just improvise something.
Yeah.
Just agreed to do it.
Yeah.
Fazer ela agora.
Isso.
Let's do a ballad, he said.
Okay.
Let's go for something
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
Isso.
That's right. He said.
Some nice intense chords.
This is the beginning.
That was
Tasty,
That was
right?
an interesting place that the chord progression went to. Yeah.
Very tasty.
Yeah.
So shit's kicking off.
Yeah,
now, It's like
the harmony started to get crunchy.
Yeah,
It started to
yeah.
get crunchy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Come on, Nelson.
I have to admit, I do love the sound of a clean guitar. It's,
Yeah.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yeah.
As much as we play with game,
Yeah.
there's something pure about it.
It's beautiful. It's just like natural sounds.
Yeah,
isn't it? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
Well,
something-
that's it. That is how the guitar sounds. We
Yeah.
distort it. Distortion's not natural.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
we put that on. This
we
is
push
how
it.
guitar
We
sounds.
push onto it.
Yeah, that is how a guitar sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nelson, like, the first thing that strikes me about this is like how I don't think there's anyone that would be more intimidating to play with other
With
than
the
Hermeto.
Hermeto, yeah.
And Nelson's just leading the way.
He
It's
is.
like,
Yeah, you can tell as well. You
Here we
can
go,
tell,
let's
yeah.
go, man,
Yeah.
Obviously, Hermeto is never going to have a problem with anything.
No,
Like, you're going to throw anything at him. But then now Nelson, like, see what he thinks when he
So
starts.
he's turned to solo now. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be, like, swapping, exchanging the whole time,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, you see, man, like it's landing perfectly on
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
chord
yeah.
tones,
He has a pretty strong attack when he plays as well.
Yeah.
Like,
So the thing about Nelson is, even though he's a jazz guy, he's got pretty sharp technique.
yeah.
Like I've seen lots of videos. I've learned so much from this guy, man, over the years. You know, like talking about same Victor Wooten vibes. Like music is a language. You know, like harmony is a language. All that stuff. But every time he's demonstrating stuff and he's all like a precise, clean, sharp technique.
Yeah.
I have a couple of his books as well,
Oh.
and like he is really into like exercises and like. He always says like you can't make concessions. Like how can you know 3 positions but not all the 5? You know, like how can you know how can you know like chords in only one position and not like all the inversions?
Yeah.
So he's really he's got that MI mentality.
Yeah.
You know,
I love that.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's exactly
like,
what we love. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very inspiring.
Very cool.
You can see how inspired he is as well. You know,
That Nelson. Yeah. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jesus.
It just came to him in the moment.
Yeah,
like,
like boom. And Nelson respected it. Just how he stopped playing.
Yeah. He
Nelson
knew.
stopped
Well,
playing.
that's the true improviser. Like you need to constantly
You're listening.
feeling exactly.
Yeah.
You're constantly listening and feeling off the energy, what's going on, you know. And if you need to give space, you give space.
Yeah.
I really like what's happening on the piano here in this section. Very cool.
So it sounds like now Hermeto took the lead a little bit more.
Yeah.
Nelson's responding, you know?
Yeah.
It sounds very Brazilian here, man. This phrasing, it's very like Brazilian, popular Brazilian composing music.
Yeah.
So, do you know about this like style of music we have in Brazil called MPB? Música Popular Brasileira. It's like Brazilian popular music.
Right.
MPB is like this kind of 60s, kind of 50s style of bossa nova.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But it's like when we say like that's a good MPB sound or whatever song or whatever, it's not like popular in the sense of like pop singers, you know?
Yeah.
Like Rihanna, stuff like that. You know, it's like it's this kind of really kind of knowledgeable guys.
Right.
Write this music.
But
so
the term is MPB.
MPB, exactly. That's the style, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so like Nelson, obviously, Hermeto and Nelson have a huge influence of that, you know? And MPB comes from jazz.
Right.
It's just jazz a little bit like more groovy and slower. That's what started bossa nova, a little simpler as well, you know?
Yeah.
But it's the sound of Rio, you know?
Yeah.
Rio, the city. So that phrasing really is that, you know?
Yeah.
Like this kind of reinforcing repetition notes and things like that.
Yeah, cool. The face.
Yeah, he's so
really
into it,
feeling the
man.
harmony.
Yeah.
He plays with the eyes. I think he's played with his eyes closed like 80% of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so see, this is a famous tune now.
Ah, okay.
So they're doing like little
So
intersections.
they just decided without saying anything to go into this song. And it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a beautiful tune. This. But it's like it's really deconstructed.
Yeah, so
They're not just playing
an
the song.
abstract
Yeah.
form of the
Like
song.
what Jacob does with Herbie Hancock.
Yeah,
Herbie Hancock.
yeah.
I think he's saying like go for it.
Yeah.
Keep going, don't worry.
Yeah.
Hermeto really, he's one of those like, oh, Yamandu's been on his show as well, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Hermeto's one of those people that you can see he's literally he's the music, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
a bit like Yamandu, right?
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
sense.
Just
It's like,
it's always
there's no
flows through him.
separation,
Yeah. I wonder what the signature is on his guitar there.
That's his name.
Oh, it's his name on there.
Nelson Faria.
Oh yeah.
Neck pickup only.
Yeah. Tone knob probably rolled back at least 50%.
The jazz sound.
Yeah. I got into another one.
And this is another classic by Tom Jobim, yeah. How about that for a jam?
Yeah, my God,
That's like
yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man. Like, these people are like, you know.
And without saying a word, it's like, let's go here. It's like, no.
Like,
It just
you can see
happens,
stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Like, you know. It's completely like playing with the melody and completely
Yeah, I can
transforming
imagine.
everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's both solo.
Yeah, pretty much it. But it works.
Look at those chords, man.
I know. I'm just
Like Jesus
I'm like-
Christ, bro.
trying to figure out what was going on there.
That's very aggressive,
Yeah.
man. Very aggressive. Like just relax a little bit. Nelson's a master of arpeggios, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. Very well placed. And chords as well. His hands like inverting all the time. Yeah.
he's not struggling to do those chords.
No. Not even looking at them. It's just like,
Yeah.
That was really nice when he just played it. What was that?
He's making that sound.
He's making that sound. That sounds exactly like a bird.
I know.
No way.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
The ending, I'm like, what? I'm struggling to. Wait, he did something with his watch, and then he took a sip of coffee. Did that have anything to do with how he made the sound?
Not sure about the watch, but he can impersonate animals like that. Yeah.
And that I didn't know about him. I've never seen him do that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why he started playing, because he saw birds
oh yeah.
singing, and he created a little tiny wooden flute, and then started mimicking the birds.
Yeah.
When he was like 4.
Wow. Yeah.
Something like that.
So when I heard that, I'm like, what? Did they put that sound effect over top at the end? Like,
I don't think so, man.
wow. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's a lot of information. That's beautiful, though. It's really, really
incredible piece of music, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite kind of improvisational jams I've ever seen. Like, you know, it's just so interesting, and it just goes.
Just the level is like
right.
You know,
he goes to all these different places. You know, and I find it very moving. You know,
that was very moving. No, that was my main takeaway from that. Is like it was a true roller coaster. It was like it took you to a lot of different places. It didn't stay in one place for that long.
Yeah,
you know, it was like 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. You know, like very dynamic. It covered all the bases for a jam, basically. You know,
and the connection as well between them, you know. And the thing about like Nelson, obviously now as a guitarist, because at the end of the day we are reacting to a guitarist, how he really didn't like. It wasn't like he was behind Hermeto, you know.
No, not at all.
Because Hermeto is like a true like.
No, he totally kept
one
up.
of a kind.
Totally
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like it would be very understandable if. Nelson was like, okay, cool, like you do the main.
I'm gonna hold back for a bit.
Yeah,
no, he was really like.
But the first time I seen this thing, I remember thinking like, shit, like he's just in there with him, you know.
Totally, yeah.
Like not a problem.
And they really it wasn't like, oh yeah, Hermeto's playing the piano, Nelson's kind of playing the guitar. It was like it was one.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
That was
so it's just enjoyable music, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
I forgot there was 2 players at one point. You know?
Yeah.
So if you kind of like stop and listen, I'm just like it's very interwoven.
Yeah, man,
Very
exactly.
cool.
And yeah, it just goes to show how much of a master improviser and harmony guy Nelson is, you know?
Yeah.
So I really admire him, you know?
Yeah.
Very different to what we're used to, you know? Like no shred, no guitar, no distortion, no riffing.
But it's important to hear this kind of stuff, you know? Like if you're not into, if you haven't listened to, it's like say you're a rock player, guys, and you haven't listened to anything jazz, go listen to it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, it's okay, but just being exposed to that and seeing all the different facets of the instrument is important, you know.
You can see how Nelson, like, he went from chords into arpeggios and just always fell in the right place. Very experienced player, very experienced, you know, and not knowing what's coming as well. You know?
Yeah, like that kind of a piece, you could take like a year to compose that.
The first time I saw this, I was very overwhelmed. I was like, I'm not even sure even up to this day, really, I'm not sure I fully understand what they did.
No, I wouldn't be able to describe to you everything that they did, but you know, like that, just the way that you can tell that the way that they place, like in the beginning, like in the first 2 minutes of the video, when Nelson's kind of taking the lead, and Hermeto's like, okay, he's kind of placing a melody. And just the way that he plays the right pitches and then creates a dissonance and then resolves it. It's just, to do that improvising, it's impressive.
It's an art form.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, Nelson Faria featuring Hermeto Pascoal.
The 2 musical brains, like the brain power.
There's a lot of power in that video.
A lot of brain power in that video, a lot of knowledge. A lot
of hours and years of music, you know? Like, fuck. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching another Vinnie reaction video. As usual, if there's any other Brazilian guitarists or just guitarists in general you think we should react to, please let us know in the comments and we'll make it happen for you.
And as well, please let us know in the comments what you thought about this video. Had you heard of Nelson? If not, what did you think of his playing? And of course, Hermeto as well. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps us out. And consider subscribing to our channel for more videos just like this one. So until next time, see ya. When he shows up with a guitar like that, you know he knows all the extended chords and all the whole guitar.
He'll never play anything without at least a 9 and an 11.
You know when he shows up with a guitar like that, melodic minor is his go-to scale. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. That's where he starts.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's the base. That's basic.
Yeah.
You know?